in the NFL right now. A lot of news, a lot of moving and shaking, a lot of outrageousness. Hello, Houston Texans. And a lot of scoops, informational nuggets, and whatnot that we'll bring you here in this forum, as we always do. Mike Fisher, Fish in Frisco, reporting on your Dallas Cowboys, and reflecting today on something that shouldn't get lost in the news. Right, Emmitt? Supposed to be a yes. That's right. There's a reason I've got the Emmitt Smith vintage bobblehead, which I believe has like a $30 to $50 value. So why am I outside playing with it? I'll tell you in a minute if it's so valuable. This is the 25-year anniversary of the Dallas Cowboys' last appearance and win in the Super Bowl. Happy anniversary, right? Are you happy? I joke around about Cowboys Nation being so spoiled. No, I know. 25 years has made you quite a bit less spoiled, I know. But I've been saying this for a long time, so, it's grandfather claused in to my presentation here. That Cowboy Nation kind of views it as, hey, it's our birthright. I mean, we're just supposed to go to the Super Bowl. We belong there. We're America's team. And I think the 25 years that's passed now has taught you, taught me, taught all of us, it's not quite how the way it works. The Cincinnati Bengals have just as much right to go to the Super Bowl as you do and as I do. It was certainly, and probably for you as a fan, depending on your age, the most glorious time in my professional career. That's for sure. For me, I attended college in Greeley, Colorado, at the University of Northern Colorado. Right when I was getting done, I got a job at the newspaper and a job at the radio station, double duty, just like now, 40 years ago, and I've still been doing it the same damn way. And right then, the Denver Broncos announced that they were going to move their training camp to my little hometown of Greeley, Colorado, my adopted hometown, and to my college, and they'd practice at my campus. That was John Elway's first year. So the editor at the newspaper said, who wants to take on the Broncos? And everybody else they were more veteran than me, and they already had their beats. They already had their assignments. So who wanted an extra assignment? Well, I'll take the Denver Broncos, said this kid. The Broncos of that era went on to go to back-to-back Super Bowls. That raised my profile as a writer, and I got hired to go to San Francisco and cover the 49ers. And by gosh, in 87 and 88, I'll be darned if they didn't win 2 Super Bowls. That's 4 in a row for me. By this time, I'm thinking, it's kind of me. Maybe it's me. Maybe somebody ought to pay me to take them to a Super Bowl. I'm a 6'1", 222-pound lucky rabbit's foot. Then I moved to Dallas, and it took a little time. It took a couple years. Moved to Dallas in 1990 to start the Cowboy beat. And again, a couple years later, there they are in a Super Bowl and in a run, an incredible run, where they win 3 out of 4 years. And if you ask players of that era, as I did and have and continue to, they will still say, if not for the Jimmy Jerry thing, we would have won 6 straight Super Bowls. We would have won 7 straight Super Bowls. That doesn't seem likely just because, I don't know, because it's so unlikely. How many times does a mountain climber really go and climb Mount Everest again and again and again? But maybe, if the Buffalo Bills can go to 4 straight and lose them all and come back fighting for more, yeah, maybe you could. If Jimmy Johnson decides not to quit and you catch a couple breaks, because the roster was going to be the opposite of replenished with the salary cap era, the advent of the salary cap era. It was going to be hard to have Pro Bowl offensive linemen like Kevin Gogan and Ron Stone on your bench, which is what they had. Jimmy and Jerry divorce. Jimmy didn't want to stay. Jerry did want him to stay. Jimmy tried to create a weirdo circumstance under which he would stay for 1 more year. Jerry said, well, if I let you do that, then you're going to spend the whole year flirting with other jobs, the same way you did at the end of last year. The story that I broke, that to this day Jimmy does not love, that got out, that he flirted with Jacksonville the week of the NFC East championship game. Cowboys at Giants, the Emmitt shoulder game. That week, Jimmy was on the phone with Mr. Weaver, the new owner in Jacksonville, offering his services to leave Dallas and come to Jacksonville. Maybe one of the reasons, by the way, and I don't think it was wise for Jerry to have done the 500 coaches thing, but maybe when Jerry found that out, he had reason to be upset. And in the end, everybody was upset, and Mommy and Daddy got a divorce. But eventually, the Cowboys, under my man Barry Switzer, did get back to the Super Bowl. I don't know that they got there because of Barry, although his particular bedside manner could have been a positive. He wasn't Jimmy. When he first got here, and I got to know him a little bit, I asked him, "I'll bet you," and we're laughing and stuff. I'll bet you we were at a restaurant called Yvette's that the three of us, me, him, and Mosey. Have I ever told the Shah of Iran story here? Oh my gosh, I don't think I have. Have I? I was going to be involved in the peaceful takeover of Iran. One of those late night Barry Switzers. If I haven't, somebody comment, will you? Whether or not, I'll go digging. But hell, I'll tell it again one of these nights. It's good. One of these fish nightcap nights. So I get to know Switzer a little bit, and I say, I will bet you your favorite bottle of wine. You can't even name all the teams in your own division, Mr. NFL coach. And he did not take my bet, meaning I was probably going to win the bet. But they go to the Super Bowl, and we're in Arizona. And the first thing I discovered about Switzer's week was it was going to be a party. By gosh. And we're going to do it our way, baby. And the second thing I discovered that week is that the Cowboys were going to win, and the owner, Jerry Jones, was so cocksure about it that he was going to throw a party after the game. Switzer's party, Jerry's party was going to last all night. Switzer's party was going to last all week. And in Switzer's hotel suite, down comes the family. His wife, lovely Oklahoma gymnastics coach, right? I think I'm remembering that right. So his wife is invited to stay in the suite, of course, and so is his ex-wife, all in the same suite. It was a big suite, but that's Barry Party Guy. He also ordered in a grand piano. Now, how they got the grand piano in through the door of his hotel suite, I do not know, but they did. All week long, Barry Switzer's room at the hotel was a piano bar. It was singing and dancing and drinking and a hooting and a hollering with both his wives. Inside Switzer's suite. Then the game approaches, and the Cowboys were very confident. By that time, the 92 Cowboys didn't know how good they were. The 93, 94, 95 Cowboys did. And Jerry Jones knew too. And of course, even if they lost, Jerry Jones was still going to throw a party, host a party, be at the center of a party, be the host, grand host. So, and you'll excuse me, I should go look up what we wrote about at the time, but you'll get the gist of it as I give you what I can recall. There was some law in Arizona that said you can't have a private party go till 4 a.m. That you could only if you own the building, like you have a nightclub. If you have a nightclub and you own the building, you can have the party go till all hours. But if you're just gonna throw a party like out in a backyard or in a tent, it's got to close down at a certain time. Well, Jerry was building this tent. Jerry being Jerry, he got the license to pretend that the tent was a building. And then got the license to be able to serve liquor and alcohol in his building. And the next thing you know now, he's the owner basically of a temporary nightclub with the proper legal certificates to prove it. And the party went all night. And I can't even remember all the, especially country artists who flew in or were at the game or whatever, who came and performed. On and on and on. Again, since I'm not a big country western music guy, that's why I don't remember it. When that, I did. People were going, "Can you believe it? That's so and so." I go, "Yeah, great." Of course, Jerry didn't think to get musical artists that the players might have, more of the players might have preferred. He got musical artists that he liked, and away we went. And I mean, it was a wow. It was incredible, and an incredible time, from Switzer's suite to Jerry's tent and everything in between. Happy anniversary to the players and coaches and staffers. And I think it should be a happy anniversary. You should celebrate how great it was, while at the same time pining for more. One of the reasons it was great, of course, this guy, the NFL's all-time leading rusher, I don't know that record will ever be broken, will it? I want to give this away. It's heavy. It's not made of crappy plastic. It's heavy and it's nice and it's cool. I don't know, are there 100 of these in the world? Are there a million of these in the world? I don't know. But I think if you look on eBay, you'll say this got some value. What we're going to do, and thank you for subscribing, and then many of you now taking the next step, let's do a little premium club. And let's give away Emmitt randomly to somebody in the premium club as soon as we get to 30 premiums. You can get in there, of course, for the cost. I used to say the cost of a cup of coffee, but if you go to Starbucks now, isn't it like $8? So it's 1/4 of a cup of coffee to come into the club, get the exclusives, and maybe get Emmitt. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for taking the next step and joining us in the club. We will keep you posted on all things Cowboys, and all things NFL too, because there is a domino effect here. When Matthew Stafford does this or Deshaun Watson does that, as we illustrated earlier today, the Deshaun Watson conflict and I think coming divorce now in Houston really is a story with a moral for the Dallas Cowboys and Dak. So we will cover the dominoes as well, and we will give you Emmitt very soon. Fish.